Another reading for Daughters of Adaptation. So, like, comment, subscribe. Oh my god. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren and this is Lauren's Library. Today I'm going to be filming an Are They For Me? And the author on the focus, or that's going to be the focus, is Tia Williams. So this week, it's my birthday week, and so I took off for the entire week, and so I should have plenty of time to read, right? We'll see. But I have 7 Days in June by Tia Williams, and I also have her newest book, A Love Song for Ricki Wilde, that I want to read for this week as well. And for the audiobook, I'm going to read A Perfect Find. I'm going to see, hopefully it's on Scribd. I haven't even checked, but I'll find it somewhere and try to read it on audiobook for this week. And if I can't, we'll figure something out. But that's what I'm planning on reading for this week. Right now I'm about to leave to go get my nails done, and I'll probably take myself to the movies, but we'll see, and I'll keep y'all updated. But last night I did read the first chapter of 7 Days in June, and we're following an author by the name of, her name was Ava, I think. I just need to double check. Is it on the back? Yeah, Ava Mercy. And she is an author of a vampire novel where she's written like 15 books, and she's kind of like over it. And she just continues to promote it because that's the only thing that's making money for her right now. And she wants to write other things, but she has this loyal fan base, and that's what it seems like. And she seems like she's very kind of at her ends. She's kind of just over it. She's dealing with a invisible disease. I think she has diabetes. They haven't explicitly stated that's what she's dealing with, but that's what I've gotten so far in just that one chapter, and I'm excited to continue reading and see where it goes and what happens in the 7 days of June. And it's currently June right now. Hopefully I'll have this video up in the month of June. That would be really fun, but we'll see. I'll keep y'all updated. But right now I'm about to go because it's 12 o'clock and I need to get stuff done today, you know? But I'll check in with y'all later. Bye-bye. Okay, everyone, I'm back with an update. I've gotten into the 7 Days in June by Tia Williams, and I'm on page, that doesn't have a page number on it. I'm on page 84, and I'm really enjoying it, and it's really blasted some preconceived notions that I had before. They weren't negative preconceived notions. They're just things I assumed that the book would have. Like, when I saw this book becoming very talked about, like, a couple summers ago, I was expecting, like, looking at this cover, I was expecting this to be very literary, more literary fiction than in the way it's written. I thought it was going to be, like, way more, I guess you could say, like, fluffy writing. Just lyrics, like, you know, but it's written very simply, not in a bad way. I'm not saying anything negative. I'm really enjoying it. It just wasn't what I was expecting. And we've met our two main characters. From when I first introduced this vlog, we were just introduced to Eve, but now we've been introduced to her, I'm assuming, a love interest. What was his name? Shane. Hold on, y'all. I think his name is Shane. It's Shane, right? It's probably on the back. Yeah, Shane. So, Shane, we met Shane. So, what I know now, both of them, Shane is a more popular writer and author than Eve is, but they're both authors. What I did not assume, I thought this book was about, like, we're gonna have like a meet cute. Like, I didn't know they knew each other. They apparently know each other from high school. They met in high school. So Eve is on this panel, in this black authors panel, And she's talking and she's talking, and Shane walks in the room, and he like changes because he's way more popular, and so people are buzzing, and he's kind of like stolen the show from her panel with all these other authors. And you assume like that this is them meeting, but they know each other, y'all. Like, and then at the end of that chapter, let me see if I can go back. Like, they talk to each other afterward, and they're kind of like whisper. We don't want anybody to know that we know each other. And she says, "Before I forget, stop writing about me." And then in a voice both raspy and low and so familiar, Shane said, "You first." Girl, gagged and goop. That was so funny to me. I'm enjoying this too much. And then the chapter after that, we have where they actually met each other in high school back in 2004. And y'all, that was crazy too. Like, we see that both of them had a very hard upbringing, and their ways to deal with it aren't the healthiest. And they're kind of like, hey, what did Tinashe say? Is somebody gonna match my freak? That's them. They are the definition of that, because that whole chapter was insane. Like, I was like, what's really going on? But I'm having a good time. I can't wait to get home and read some more. I'm about to go to the gym, and then I should read. I'm probably going to read more when I get home. But that's all the, oh, it's dark now. That's all the update I have for now. And I'll check in with y'all later. Bye-bye. Hi, everybody. It's the next day, and I just wanted to give y'all an update on how far I've gotten in the 7 days. Oh, not 7 days. In 7 days into. I made it to page 154. I think I'm on Wednesday. The book started on Sunday, so we're 4 days in to the 7 days of June. I think I stated earlier that I thought Eve had diabetes, because she was saying that she had a chronic illness or something. I don't even think they specified that. But it's not diabetes. I assumed it was diabetes because she had to inject herself. I don't know. Something happened where I assumed it was diabetes, but it was a painkiller she was injecting herself with. But we still don't know what she has exactly, but she just gets these terrible migraines. And we see that she had them even in her childhood. At the point we're at now, our two main characters, Eve and Shane, met up at a coffee shop. It didn't go too well, and now they're meeting up again, and realizing that they're going to be in each other's lives for a while for now because of a circumstance that happens. I'm still enjoying it. It's kind of, I'm also at the same time, that's another update. I wasn't able to find the perfect find on any audiobook sites that I use without having to go get an Audible subscription. So I don't think that's going to happen in this vlog. Maybe another time I'll pick that up. But yeah, the perfect find, I couldn't find it anywhere to read. I say that all to say I'm reading, what's it called? Hookshot by Kennedy Ryan on audiobook right now. And these two stories are kind of similar in a way. Eve and the main character Lotus in Hookshot are both from Louisiana. They both have mothers who weren't all that great and had men coming around their daughters who weren't exactly the safest men to be around young girls. They're also taking it slow with it's just a lot of similarities, and I'm realizing with these two books that I'm reading at the exact same time. But anyway, I'm on my way to Mississippi for Father's Day, so I will be taking 7 days in June with me and a love song for Ricki Wilde. I don't know if I'll get to that while I'm there. And then I guess I'll tell you what I'll be reading on audiobook on my way there. Let me see. Go to my script. I'll be continuing to read Hookshot. I only have 5 hours left of that, and I listened to it on double speed, so I'll probably be finished with that halfway there. And then I downloaded Shadows and Whispers by Casey Mills. I'm not sure what it's about, but I know she is on the list for the Black Romance Festival that'll be in Atlanta next year. And I'm trying to read from some of those authors that I've never heard of that are attending that festival. So that's all the update I have for now, but I'll check in with y'all when Hi everyone, I'm back for an update on 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I finally finished and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It hasn't been clear throughout this entire reading vlog thus far. 7 Days in June follows 2 characters. One, Ava, she suffers from chronic migraines, and she is an author who has been stuck writing these stories that she frankly doesn't want to keep writing, but she's on like book 15 and she has a loyal fan base that are expecting another book in this series where she wants to take her talent in a different direction and write a story that's more focused on her family history. And we also follow another character named Shane, who is an author, a successful author as well, but he writes more contemporary, how would you describe his books? Lyrical, maybe, more philosophical, maybe? I don't know, but he writes those types of books while Ava writes vampire, I forgot what her other character was. Are they both vampires? It's like vampire romance books. Shane suffers, where we've introduced to him, he's recovered alcoholic or from drugs and alcohols really, and he's kind of sober now and is struggling to write his next book while being sober, because while he wrote all of his other successful novels, he was extremely intoxicated and inebriated. But as you continue to read, I don't know why it got blurry there for a while. As you continue to read, you come to realize that Shane and Ava know each other from high school. So they run into each other at some kind of panel where Ava is speaking on, and Shane ends up getting introduced or invited on to the panel to also discuss his books. We come to find out that they had known each other. They had a run-in with each other in high school, where Ava was a new student who her mother was constantly bouncing her from school to follow men who would say that they would take care of her, and so Ava would follow along with her. So this is her senior year in DC. She's starting a new school, and that's when she is introduced to Shane, and they kind of have this electric and fast-moving, fast-paced, and kind of toxic relationship where after they run into each other, and it lasts all of 7 days in June. And we also follow those 7 days while also following the 7 days that they're reconnecting in present day. And you see why they're not good for each other, although in their past, and then there are times where you see where they're not good together in their present, that they may be triggers for one another. But there's also some things that they weren't able to express in the past that were kind of left unsaid due to circumstances that neither of them could predict. Whew, I feel like that was hard to get out for some reason. But so we just followed them on these 7 days from both their past and their present, and how this journey is going to end after the 7 days are up, because we see how the 7 days end up transpiring in their past, and how it kind of wasn't good, guys. It was very terrible. Ava didn't didn't have a very good grip on her chronic migraines. She still doesn't in her present day, but she has doctors and stuff that she can go to give her legal prescriptions. While as she was a teenager, she was taking prescriptions from her mom or self-medicating. And through Shane, he was a drug dealer, and he was also in and out of the, well, he stayed in the foster care system, but he was being tossed and turned from home to home to home. And it was just, both of them had very unstable lives, and they came, in those 7 days, they became very dependent on one another. And so when they're reintroduced to each other, you see that they may fall back into that dependency after meeting each other in present day. But I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The reason that I took a star off is because there are chapters where we kind of leave Ava and Shane's perspective, and we kind of get an outside perspective, whether it be Ava's mom. I think they share like a literary agent, just like these random, not random, but these side characters in the story, and we kind of go into their perspective for a little bit before we jump back into Ava and Shane. And while I appreciate those perspectives, while I was reading them, I kind of just wanted to get back to our 2 main characters, and it kind of just took me out, and I would put the book down during those chapters and not want to pick it up because I wasn't enjoying them as much as the rest of the story. But yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. If you don't want any spoilers, I'm going to spoil kind of the ending of this. If once you see me put this book down, you'll know that the spoilers are over. So if you don't want to be spoiled, I would go ahead and skip this ending. Okay, I'm starting now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the ending, before we get to the epilogue, I honestly thought we were going to end this story without them having a happily ever after, and they were just going to go their separate ways, and then in 10, 20 years they would have another 7 days in June, and it would become a cycle. And I didn't know how I felt about that. I was going to be highly disappointed if it ended that way. So I'm very grateful for the epilogue and us seeing them reconnect. If you've read this book, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Preface your comment, if you do comment, with the spoiler, so if anybody else in the comments sees it, they'll know not to read it. But yeah, I was like, no, please, I want them to have a happily ever after, because I feel like the situations that were pulling them apart were things that weren't necessarily their fault. I know that sounds kind of childish, but I just thought they were situations that they couldn't themselves, I just lost my train of thought. They couldn't control. So I just wanted them to be happy. I enjoyed them together. You could see how happy they made each other. And although they were, especially Ava, she was concerned at how her being reintroduced to Shane would kind of affect the life she's built for herself now in the present. I could see the work that they each had done to get to the place that they are now, where the relationship could work, and they wouldn't fall into the toxic cycle that they had, or relationship that they had when they were younger. And what else can I say? There was something else I wanted to say, but I completely lost it talking about something else. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but I guess that's everything I needed to say. I can't really think of there was something else, but I can't really think of it right now. But yeah, let me know if you read 7 Days in June, your thoughts, especially of how it ended, or what were you expecting. I want to know it all. I'm going to put the book down and let the people who want to continue the vlog, okay? Alright, so is everyone back? We're done with the spoilers for 7 Days in June. Now I don't have the book in here with me. I don't know where it is. Now I'm going to start Ricki Wilde, A Love Song for Ricki Wilde by Tia Williams, and see how I fare with that one. I read like 3 pages last night. What I know so far is that we're following Ricki Wilde, who is the youngest daughter of a very famous funeral home director or owner, conglomerate, and all of her older sisters have their own franchise in this funeral home business, and Ricki is kind of the black sheep in her family. That's the vibes I'm getting so far. I don't know where we're going from there, but I can enjoy it. I'm on board for now. Yeah, and also I wasn't able to find an audiobook for The Perfect Find. I wanted to read that one on audiobook while I was at my dad's house, but I never found it like on any of the sites I use for audiobooks. But I'm gonna watch the movie probably tomorrow, so you'll have my thoughts on that. But that's all the update now. I'm probably gonna go outside and read the next book, and I'll check in with y'all later. Alright, bye-bye. Alright, everyone, I'm here to give you an update for A Love Song for Ricki Wilde. I'm enjoying it so far. It's definitely going in a different direction than I was expecting, because I literally have no clue what this was about before picking it up, y'all. But we've seen our main character Ricki. She wants to open a floral shop, and she ends up meeting someone who has a space for her, but it's in Harlem, New York. So she leaves Atlanta and goes to Harlem to open up this shop. So we have like a quick, in these 50 pages, we have a quick little we have like 6 months that go by in like 15 pages of her getting this shop together. And she ends up, we see like who she's ended up meeting. She meets this guy named Ali and this former child actress named Tuesday. And then she has a run-in one night with someone who I'm assuming at this point at the 50-page mark is someone who she who is from the past, from the Harlem Renaissance era, 1920 era. And because as soon as she has that run-in, we jump to the 1923, I think, 1923, and we meet a character named Breeze, who was a sharecropper who has recently left North Carolina after a tragic accident involving his entire family's lynching and a church fire. And so he moves to Harlem with his cousin, and he's a piano player. So I'm assuming at this point that I think that's who Ricki saw. And it's kind of some kind of like space-time continuum thing where she can see him in this garden from 1923. I don't know, y'all, but those are my thoughts so far. Well, that's what's happened so far. I'm not sure what else to expect. I'm honestly aghast of what could happen next. So I'll check in with y'all then. Hi, y'all. I'm back for another update on Ricki Wilde. Ricki Wilde's song for A Love Song for Ricki Wilde. I'm on page 106, and I really don't have much of an update. We still have our 2 main characters. We have Ricki, who's just moved to New York to open up her flower shop, and then we have Breeze, or Ezra, from like the 1920s. But when Ricki's perspective in 2024, and she's run into Breeze once at the like night garden, and then she had a run-in at like an art center where somebody was trying to purchase a painting that someone had did of her, and she found out that he was like the secret benefactor or whatever that bought the painting. And now she ran into him again at this communal garden. So I really don't understand if he is the same, like, is he a vampire? Like, is he, is it the same Breeze or Ezra from the 1923s? Surely not. I don't know if Miss Williams will introduce like this fantasy urban fantasy element to her, or like magical realism element to her story. Because I'm so unclear and unsure of who this person is in present day. Like, or is it just a descendant of the guy's perspective we're reading from 1927 or 1923 to 1927 so far? That's where I'm at right now. I'm just confused. I don't think it's going to turn magical anymore. I did think it was going to turn magical. And it was some kind of like space-time continuum thing related to the communal garden that they keep meeting at. But I don't think that did anymore. I think that the guy that she's running into in present day in 2024, I think that's just a descendant of the guy's perspective we're reading from in the 1920s. I don't know. That's my guess for now. I'll check in with y'all later to see what happens, where we go from here. 'Cause I don't know. I don't even know if it's in the description, like if they explain this. So y'all may already know. Y'all like, girl, just read the summary. But I'll just keep reading and see what I find out, you know? But I'll check in with y'all later. Bye-bye. Okay, y'all, I'm back with another quick update. I'm on page 150 now. And we've just had our first chapter with Ezra's perspective in present day. And it's still unclear as to exactly who he is, what he is, if this is supernaturally magical realism novel. I don't know what's going on, but we just had a chapter where he was talking to his therapist and she was giving, like, dropping hints as to there may be some like supernatural stuff going on, saying that he has to tell her as in Ricki what's going on, and something about the leap year. He has an ex-girlfriend who passed away and something tragic happened regarding that. It's just, I'm not sure what's going on. And then there was like this where he was saying, they called it like a linguistic glitch, where he was saying like words, synonyms of words that could be due to him living through different decades, where that word may have changed, or the slang was different in those different decades. I don't know, but I'm still not 100% sure. It hasn't been blatantly stated that he is the same character from the 1920 perspectives. Ezra, the same what's his name? Breeze / Ezra from then. Is that the same guy? I'm not sure yet, and I think we're about to get answers soon. We have to, because I just need to know. And also I wanted to add, because I haven't mentioned it in my previous updates, but I'm really enjoying the side characters that we interact with, well, Ricki interacts with. In her perspective chapters, we have Miss Della, who is the older lady who has sold her this apartment / shop storefront where she houses her flower shop and where she is living, who she talked to back in Atlanta, who gave her this opportunity. And they have like these great conversations where she goes upstairs to chat with her once a week, and they go out to get their nails done and different things. They hang out together. And she also has a friend that she's met while living here in New York, that is an ex-child star named Tuesday, who is kind of like trying to get out of the public eye. And I love their relationship as well. That's outside of the mystery of who exactly Ezra is. I'm also enjoying those moments that we get with those two characters and Ricki's perspective. Okay, everyone, I'm back for an update. I'm on page, let me check really fast. I'm on page 250. And I read the summary before I came to do this update just so I make sure I'm not spoiling anything. But let me close this door. But I'm blurry. But I can't tell y'all what the big secret is. So it's not something that's revealed in the summary. So I'm happy with the reveal. I like how it was done. And something that I haven't mentioned before in my previous updates is that I was having a really hard time concentrating while reading this book, and I was trying to pinpoint before I even brought it to y'all. I was trying to pinpoint what exactly was making me feel like I couldn't concentrate and just sink into this story. And but right at like the 200 175 page mark, everything like really changed, and I feel like that's when I really sunk into the story, and now I'm able to like enjoy it, because I feel like I was like trudging through molasses trying to get through like the first 175 to 200 pages. And I think it comes down to the pacing. Like that first half was just not doing it for me, but right now where I'm at now, I'm enjoying it, which is kind of unfortunate because it ends in like 100 more pages. But yeah, so that's just, if you pick this book up, just a forewarning that the first half, the pacing is a bit off, and you just want to get to where the story begins, really. What else do I need to say? Oh, I'm excited about what's to come next. There was also a chapter that really reminded me of 7 Days in June. Like we have a chapter in 7 Days in June where Ava and I can't even remember the man's name. It starts with an S. Shane. Ava and Shane. I was going to go get the book. They like spend a whole day together, and we have like a similar day in Ricki Wilde where she knows there's something that he's keeping from her on why, and he comes to her apartment and he's like, there's something I need to tell you, and she kind of just stops him and she says, let's just spend this whole day together, and then at the end of this day we'll never see each other again, you know? And it was a really beautiful chapter in both books, and I really enjoyed it reading that in this book as well. What else can I tell y'all that's happened so far? Oh, we had a mention of Ava's books in Ricki Wilde. Ricki was saying that she read Ava's book. She's a big fan of Ava's books, her Curse series. And then I don't know if I mentioned it in 7 Days in June, but there was a mention of, I'm assuming, the characters from The Perfect Find, which I don't know if I've said it before, but I don't know why my camera keeps getting blurry, but I could not find an audiobook. I wanted to read that one on audiobook because I don't have a physical copy of it, but I wasn't able to find an audiobook anywhere where I wouldn't have to like pay for it. Just using my subscriptions and my library card, I wasn't able to find it. So I'll probably watch the movie when I get home. I'm about to go run some errands right now. Hopefully I won't be out for too long. And then when I get back, I'll watch The Perfect Find and we can discuss that together. All right. Ooh, I'm dark. All right, and I'll check in with y'all when I get back. Okay, hi guys. I'm back home from running my errands. It's so hot outside. I had to decompress for like an hour probably. I don't even know where my phone is. Yeah, about an hour. Because it's so hot outside. I just couldn't get up and start doing stuff. So I put away the groceries after I decompressed, and now I'm about to watch The Perfect Find. If it's still on Netflix. I remember it being on Netflix. I should have looked at this before. And yeah, I'm about to watch this and give you my thoughts on it. Have any of y'all watched this? Oh, there it is. Hey, Miss Gabrielle Union. Here she is. Can you see? Oh, no, you can't see it. Let me see if I sit up. There. I'm about to watch. And then once I finish watching this, I'll give you my thoughts, and then I'll finish like the last 100 pages of A Love Song for Ricki Wilde. So let's see how this goes. I'll check in with y'all when the movie ends. Okay, y'all, the movie is over, and I didn't like it, y'all. I wish that I had a copy of the book, The Perfect Find by T. Williams, so I can compare it to the experience I just had with the movie. But it just felt like pieces were missing. Like, it was just all over the place to me. Like, I was like, when did we get this comfortable around each other? Like, how do we know these people like that to be that comfortable like that, you know? It just felt like pieces were missing. And so I feel like maybe the book could fill in some of those pieces. And I'm not even like one of those people who needs the movie, like when books have adaptation, who needs the movie to be like exactly like the book. I'm not that kind of person at all. But it just, something was missing. It was just felt like it was all over the place, like I said. And even maybe even the script was a problem. Like, it just felt not real, you know? It just felt like it didn't feel like a natural script, like natural conversations. It just wasn't it, y'all. But it was fun for the hour and 40 minutes that the movie was on. I just had to pause a couple of times because it was so ridiculous, but I got through it, and now I'm about to finish Ricki Wilde. I have about 100 pages left in this one. Why does it look like so much more on camera? It's like literally a little sliver left. But I'm about to wrap that up, and then we can wrap up this whole video, and I'll see y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back with an update, well, a completion update for A Love Song for Ricki Wilde. I finished the book. I cried. Even though I knew it was coming, I still cried. Why am I orange? I don't know why the lighting looks like that. But I really enjoyed how this all wrapped up. It was a heartbreaking story. Why are you crying, Carter? You didn't read the book. And then where was I? It was, I can say, sitting here and thinking about what both of these books have in common. If you're someone who does not like insta love or like soulmate isms, then these books aren't for you. Because I think both of these characters, Tia Williams makes it very clear that these people were meant to be, and it seems like there's like not really a build up to their relationship. Like, it's like they're instantly in love because they have that instant connection, you know, and that's how she writes it. So I don't have a there are stories you read where you're like, okay, there's no development in these characters' relationships. But the way Tia Williams writes it in that soulmate-ism way, I don't know why the lighting keeps changing. But yeah, I really enjoyed her writing in regards to that. Out of the two, I definitely prefer 7 Days in June. And that's solely because I felt like the pacing in A Love Song for Ricki Wilde was very slow in the beginning. And like I said, I think until like page 175, 200. But I still enjoyed it. For my final rating, I'm giving it 4 stars. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I guess I can rate the movie. I could probably give that 2.5 stars. That was not good, y'all. But Tia Williams is definitely an author that I'll keep an eye out for and see what she will be releasing next. Yeah. All right, y'all, I'm back and I'm better. No tears the next day. And I just wanted to say more about A Love Song for Ricki Wilde, because I know I can't really say the twist of what's going on, because if you don't know, I feel like it'd be really fun to find out, like how I was guessing like what exactly is going on with Ezra. I can say that there is there's something going on where they have to, I don't know. I'm just gonna say spoilers, okay? So if you don't want to be spoiled, I would leave for this part, and when I put this book down, you can come back, okay? Just skip until you see me put the book down. Everybody clear on the directions? All right, I'm about to say spoilers. You can go now. All right, so this is my first time hearing about this. I don't even know if you would call it a supernatural being. I guess it is a supernatural being. The perennials, or whatever he's called. I've never heard that word a day in my life, but apparently it's very popular because Tuesday was when she found out. She was like, oh, why did you just say so? And I'm like, I've never heard of this before. But him being a perennial and being cursed by Della's mom, Felicity. Excuse me? My jaw, I don't even know why I didn't put those two together, that the girl that Ezra was dating and back in the 1920s was Della's mom. Like, they kept reiterating, well, not they, but Miss Williams kept reiterating that there was a baby that Felicity had left in Louisiana that she was trying to get back to and send money to. And I don't know why I didn't put it together that Miss Della, the lady that not Tuesday, but Ricki is renting this store and this apartment from, that is that woman's baby. I don't know why I didn't put that together. I feel like I was slow. Like, I was slow to catch up. I feel like everybody else caught on but me. But because she even said, she was saying that that's where she grew up, in Louisiana, and until she met her husband and moved to Atlanta with her husband. And so I was just so shook by that. And then when it comes to the curse of Felicity cursing Ezra with living forever until you find the girl that you love, and then she's gonna die on the same day I die in February, and him having to leaving Harlem and then being drawn back to Harlem every leap year until he runs into Ricki. I just thought that was like, that's a very intricate curse. And then when they were going around trying to figure out how to break the curse, I feel like they didn't try hard enough, y'all. I feel like they could have done their own research if they were like running into people who were like scam artists. Like, do your own research. Let's have some initiative. I feel like they gave up too easily. Like, they were just like laying in the bed, like giving up. Like, this is life and death, literally. Y'all just gonna live with it? And I found that very frustrating. I was like looking forward to them like getting very what's the name of the TV show I used to watch? Not Wicked, Charmed. Like, that's what I was expecting the story to go after they went to all the, like, the Wiccan lady and like the people that they found on the internet. I thought they were going to do their own research and this was going to become very like cursed and they would get like a cauldron or something. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought they were going to cast their own spell, but that did not happen. And then what else? The ending. And then I love that the epilogue took place from Miss Della's perspective, and we see Ricki and Ezra's life from her viewpoint of her living in the beyond. Like, y'all, I was sobbing after she passed. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I knew this was coming, but because she keeps saying, oh, when somebody's getting prepared to die, they start seeing their loved ones. And she was seeing all the babies that she had lost to miscarriage. She was seeing all these people. And then like the last chapter we had from her perspective before she passed, she was saying that she saw her ex-husband. I was like, girl, they're gonna kill off Miss Della, and that's what's gonna break the curse. I knew it was gonna happen, but I just wasn't ready. I did not want that old lady to pass, even though she was like 90 some years old and she was ready to go. I didn't want her to go. But I'm happy with how it ended, although it was sad. I'm happy with how it ended. What else can I say? I still stand by in the next day. I still stand by that Tia Williams is a soulmate. I don't even know if that's a word. I feel like it's a word I made up, but it makes sense for Miss Tia Williams. But she is a soulmate-ism girl. She likes writing these books where people see each other and they're instantly in love, you know? and or they meet each other and they're instantly in love and they are meant to be. Even watching the movie, oh, I can put this book down. I'm sorry, but what I was saying, y'all, for the spoilery girls, I just realized that I was holding the book up. I was saying that I still stand by the soulmate-ism, even though that's probably a made-up word that Miss Tia Williams follows. She likes making her characters like love at first sight. I feel like she is that girl. Even in the movie, The Perfect Find that I watched yesterday, Gabrielle Union's character was at the party. I'm trying to think of her, Jenna. And she was at that party and she meets, I keep wanting to call him Brian, but Brian was her ex-boyfriend. His name is Eric. They run into each other at that party and they're already saying, I think I love you, or something she said to that boy at the party. And then like the next time they meet, like it just seems like she likes the meant to be, like love at first sight trope. I don't know if you would call it a trope, but it's just the way she writes. And I found that consistent through all three of her stories. Now I don't know how involved she was in like the writing the screenplay or anything like that, or how she was involved in the movie, but the same thing came across in the movie is basically what I'm trying to say. But I really enjoyed these two stories. I didn't really enjoy The Perfect Find, but I'm gonna maybe, if I ever find that audiobook, I will read it, but to see like what the differences are. But I really enjoyed these two. I gave both of them 4 stars, but I feel like I like 7 Days in June a bit more than I liked Ricki Wilde, A Love Song for Ricki Wilde. But I enjoyed them both. They were both very good stories. And I think that's all I have to say. There's always, after I finish these videos, I was like, oh, I should have told them about this. But then, you know, it's always something. But if you've read these 2 books, let me know what you thought about them in the comment section down below. If you haven't, let me know what you thought about this video in the comment section down below. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!